I've spent the last 5 videos telling you that most service businesses are underpriced, and that's true. But there's one scenario where raising prices is the worst thing you can do. And if you're in it, every piece of pricing advice you've heard will make the problem worse. When close rates are low, the instinct is, I'm too expensive, so you lower your price. Or you hold and hope. Both are wrong. A low close rate isn't a pricing signal, it's a sales signal. And the fix lives in a completely different part of the business. This is signal 3 in our diagnostic. And across the $2 to $20 million service businesses we work with, it's the one owners misread most often. I'm going to show you the threshold, show you why price moves don't work below it in either direction, and show you that there are 3 things that actually fix it. 30%, that is the threshold. Earlier in the series, I showed you the close rate pricing bands. The higher your close rate, the more underpriced you are, and the bands tell you how much to raise. And that system works, but it does have a flaw. Below 30%, the pricing bands, they don't apply. The rules change completely. This video covers that one scenario, below 30 expectation, because it's the band where the fix is the opposite of everything else in the system. If your close rate is below 30%, fewer than 3 out of 10 sales calls turn into a client. The market isn't telling you to adjust your price in any direction. It's telling you something else entirely. It's telling you one of 3 things. You're talking to the wrong people, your offer isn't compelling enough, or your sales process is losing deals it should win. This matters because every pricing move you make below 30% is wasted energy. And here's the part that trips people up. Instinct below 30% isn't just to raise prices, it's to lower them. And that's even more destructive. Let me show you why neither directions work and where the damage actually shows up. When you're closing fewer than 3 out of 10 calls, it feels like a price problem. The prospect had the call, heard the number, and said no, or ghosted you. So the owner thinks, if I were cheaper, more people would say yes. They won't, because the price isn't entirely why they said no. Let's walk through it. You're at 22% close rate. 50 sales calls over the last 12 weeks. 11 close. 39 say no. Your average deal is $50,000 to $100,000 annually. Costs you about $48,000 to deliver. That's 52% gross margin. $52,000 in gross profit per deal. You drop your price 20% to $80,000. Maybe you pick up 3 more closes, 14 out of 50. That's 28%. Still below 30 and still broken. But now look at the profit map. Your delivery costs didn't drop. It's still $48,000 per deal, but the revenue per deal did. 11 deals. You picked up 3 clients and lost $124,000 in gross profit. Margin per deal dropped from 52% to 40% because your cost of delivery didn't move with the price cut. That's $124,000 to move a broken close rate 3 points. Now, you go the other direction. Raise prices. You're already struggling to close at the current number. Raising the price doesn't fix targeting. It doesn't fix the offer, doesn't fix the conversation. You just made every call harder. Close rates drop even further. You're worse off in both directions. Below 30%, price is not the lever. Moving it either way doesn't address why prospects are saying no. So if price isn't the fix, what is? There are 3 things to look at, and the order matters because each one feeds into the next. Your close rate is below 30%. You know it's not price. So what is it? There are 3 causes, and you diagnose them in this sequence. The first one is targeting. Who is getting on the call in the first place? If you're booking calls with people who are never going to buy, wrong size, wrong industry, wrong stage, no amount of sales skill or offer design fixes that. You're fishing in the wrong pond. The question to ask, of the last 20 calls that didn't close, how many were actually a fit for what you deliver? If the answer is less than half, targeting is your problem. Just stop here. Fix this before touching anything else. Second, your offer. The right person is on the call, but what you're presenting doesn't land. The scope feels unclear, or they can't see the outcome. The question to ask, go to your last 5 prospects who said no and ask them, did you understand exactly what you'd get and what it would do for your business? If they hesitate or if their answer doesn't match what you think you're selling, the offer isn't landing. It's not a price objections, it's a clarity problem. You can actually ask this towards the end of your sales call of like, hey, are we clear on this? Like, do you know what you're getting? They will say yes or no. If the answer is no, a confused mind never buys. And I'm a CFO. Third, the sales process itself. Right person, right offer, but the conversation isn't closing. Discovery is weak, objections aren't handled, the call doesn't build towards a decision. This is where the sales and marketing diagnostic helps later in the series. But now, what matters is that it's third. Don't touch the sales process until targeting and the offer are clean. Fix these, get your close rate above 30%. And now the pricing bands will apply again with one important check. I covered in the pricing video. Confirm it's actually a pricing signal before you commit to a full increase. Once you've validated that, you're back in the system and the bands tell you exactly what to do. But until you're above 30, price is a noise. The signal is your pipeline. If the diagnostic is clicking, subscribe. Every video in this series breaks down one piece of our system. Below 30%, stop thinking about price. The problem is who you're talking to, what you're offering, and how you're selling. And you fix those in that order. Get it above 30%. Confirm it's a pricing signal, and the bands tell you the rest. That closes the gross margin diagnostic. You now have the full sequence. Labor efficiency, capacity check, close rate. Next video is different. No new signals, no new formulas, just one business, real numbers, and what the first 6 months of the diagnostic actually look like from 50% to 65% gross margin. And if you want us to run this in your business, service businesses, 2 to 20 million, links in the description. We only take 15 of these a month.